Billy Walker said you guys have 9 lives, and I think what he meant by that was you always closed out the game when it mattered here in that series. I think that's the one thing people question about the Heat. Can they close out a game when it matters? What do you think?
I hope not. You know, that's our job, to keep them from being able to close games out. But, you know, the biggest key in our success is execution. You know, getting down the stretch, you know, knowing who's going to have the ball, where they're going to be at, and where all the options are out there on the floor. So we like to think that we're going to get a shot every time when we want to get it into the game.
So LeBron had an interesting comment. Someone said something about finishing off the Sixers, and he said, well, that was breakfast. Now we're getting ready for lunch. So the Boston Celtics are lunch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if that's the case, you know, you got to have a big appetite because, you know, we're a smorgasbord.
You had your way with them early on. I think the game that they beat you was probably the lowest point of your season. How have they evolved from those first 2 or 3 games to that last game? What was the difference that you saw in that game?
I believe that their role players know their roles. They're playing the way they want to play, the way they think they should play to help the team win, and their confidence is up. You know, playing against Miami, like whatever past history we have, it's over with. You know, it's about who we are now and who they are now. So, you know, we have to put, you know, the good face of Celtic basketball out there on the floor and everything that we do, and we know what our formula is to beat them.
There's a little urgency, I think, with you guys. That's just obvious. You guys have only so much time to win championships. How much do you think about that, if at all?
I don't really think about it because if you look at it from a greater perspective, I'm 15 years in, and I've had a 15-year window to win championships. And so, you know, now, realistically, you know, I'm on a team that has brought me to this position where I am a contender. My opportunity is greatest here, and I'll just take full advantage of it.
Another banner year in Boston.
You told me a great story once about a certain superstar when you had won your first championship and you were feeling pretty good, and he told you, yeah, well, one's lucky.
It's funny because when you win, you got the people that congratulate you and then the people that tell you, oh, that wasn't nothing. I did it 6 times. Michael Jordan told me, he was like, you know, congratulations, but, you know, 1, you can be lucky, but 2 is when you really, you know, you start to scratch the surface of having done something great. So winning is what we all strive to do, and to be able to make it to the top and say that, you know, we were the best. You know, that's the best feeling in the world.